Alright YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm sure you guys have probably seen, if you have any interest in it, you've probably seen the video previously about this waste oil burner here that I made. I always struggle with the flow rate because all I really have is this ball valve, and you know, the tiniest bit of movement on that makes quite a bit of difference in the amount of oil flow. So rather than get a gate valve or anything like that, I'm gonna try this thing. Let's get it opened up here and show you what it is. I have no idea if it's going to work out, but we're going to try it. It's one of these little pumps. There's actually a name for these. I forget what they call these things. Peristaltic pump. That's what it's called. If this works out, I'll put a link to this thing in the description. I think it was like $60 or so. So, a foot pedal. Okay. Didn't know it came with a foot pedal. Some power adapters. Oh, good. Extra hose. That's what I was hoping for. I'm guessing that's probably to test its accuracy with flow rate. I apologize for the lighting over here. It's not as good. There's obviously a garage door here, so there can't be any lighting directly above me, but yeah. Let's plug this thing in. Let me put my set next. There we go. Okay, well, first things first, we just do a simple test to see if it will even suck up cold used engine oil, because that's what I'm worried about the most. Let's see turns. Is it suction? Try to temporary. Set this thing up here. Guess I'll just cut a little piece off. Don't want to go all the way to the bottom. If I can find my knife in my pocket here. Can always buy more of this tubing later if it works out. Okay, we'll turn the flow rate down. Actually, that's probably, oh, well, I guess we better click it to the on position. Then push start. Crank it up to get it going. Oh my gosh, it's working. Alright, cool. So let's take this. Actually, let's just hold it right there. There it comes. That's turned down really far, not all the way. I'll crank it up once to get it over there. Now we'll turn it down. Nice. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. Oh, that's fantastic. Sweet. All right. I don't know if this is silicone tubing or not, so I don't know if it's going to take the heat. But what I think I'm going to do for now is just zip tie it down around this existing feed tube and see what happens. Okay guys, I got it very crudely in place here. It's just some old welding wire for oxyacetylene welding, I believe. Yeah. It's temporary. Let's see if it works. I'll mix up my starting mixture here, which is just roughly a 50-50 mix of oil and gasoline. Alright, got my little baffle thing off. I should probably clean this out a little bit. That's what's in it from the last burn. Alright, that's that. And all I gotta do is pour this in the steel funnel up here. It runs straight down through into the pot. See how much that is. That is most likely enough to get it going. Hopefully. Put this baffle back in, which is getting very warped. There. This all the way up for now. Trying to record this with a GoPro on my neck mount. I am going to let that burn a little bit. What I am going to need is another extension cord for my blower because I stole it for the pump. So, yeah, we're gonna have to run inside and grab one. Good, it stayed burning. I think I'm going to turn this on and make it go as slow as I can make it go. That's awesome. I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not. Maybe this light's too bright. That is just a teeny tiny little drip. Drip, 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 drip. That's as low as it'll go. Which is plenty slow enough because I found you pretty much need at least a really thin stream to make this thing keep burning. So I think we're gonna give it some more, well, I don't know, it's still burning. We might add a little bit of air. Do it this way around though. I have this air restrictor on here, which is definitely needed at first. That brought her to life a little bit. I think this is going to work out fantastic. Definitely going to have to do something with this because I don't even know if that's silicone. If that's silicone hose, it should be fine, but might have to run it inside of a bigger pipe or something and drip it straight down. This chimney can get kind of warm, but we'll see. Should be a lot easier to control with that pump, so I guess time will tell. I think I might turn the flow up a little bit. That gave me the tiniest of streams right there. see that's the oil and gas mixture right now burning off in there. So once that burns off, then we need to adjust our flow rate one more time. And as this heats up the oil in the storage tank, which I didn't even look how much I got left in here right now. Oh, we're good, it's about up to here. Once that heats up, the flow rate will change a little bit, I'm sure. This is kind of awesome. Oh, look at that. The thing even tells you how much you've pumped. Interesting. And these little pumps here, I guess, are replaceable. And the hose, there's a little hose inside with rollers, and that's what makes this thing function. So there's actually no oil contacting the pump mechanism. That's pretty cool. I didn't think of this myself. One of my viewers left a comment on one of my other videos, and I'll try to give you a shout out here, but don't remember your name right now, but I'll put it up on the screen. So thanks a heck of a lot for that comment, because I think this is going to work out amazing. So anyway, I'm going to let this warm up a little bit, and I'll be back with you. Alright guys, I started my phone timer shortly after I stopped recording, but it's been probably 7 or 8 minutes. I bumped up the flow rate just a little bit. I bumped it up, I'm just trying to set it to something that I'll possibly remember, but it says 60.6 RPM right now. Earlier I said that it'll show you how much you've dispensed, and it will. I'm sure this is not calibrated for engine oil, but there's a way to get in there and use this little guy here to calibrate the actual flow rate and so forth. But for something like this, it really does not matter. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about calibrating it, because it's going to change as it warms up, cools down, you know, so it's not worth trying to calibrate it really. But anyway, hopefully, possibly you can maybe see that. Showing up in the camera or not. This little screen on the back of the goat, there we go. No, it definitely is. Just a tiny little steady screen. Not very warm yet. I mean, it's putting off heat. It's definitely putting off heat that you can feel, but that's probably all the more it'll do, unless I turn up the flow rate. Get warmed up so that if I would increase the flow rate, it would burn it right away instead of slowly catching up to it and then being a crazy ass inferno in there. But we'll let the timer keep running here, and I'll turn the camera back on here after a bit and see if there's any, or I'll update you and see if there's any problems that I run into with this thing. But so far I think it's going to be just fine. So alright guys, it's been well over an hour and a half, and this thing is just chugging right along, super consistent. Huge thanks to the guy that mentioned these pumps, because I didn't even give them a thought. I never knew what they were called, or more so for kind of the medical field mostly, but I mean, it's working fantastic, and being that these little things are replaceable, as long as the motor in the unit itself holds up, this will be fantastic. Yeah, I don't know if it's not calibrated, so I don't know if this will be terribly accurate, but it's saying I pumped 2,600 milliliters so far. So if we want to do the conversion, I don't know, is that around 2 quart-ish, maybe? I don't know. I figured it out a little earlier, and it was around, I think, 1.5 quart or so. But anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. To give you an idea, it's roughly 45 degrees outside, and this garage is not insulated at all, and it's not heated constantly, so we climbed up a little bit. We're just a little over 60 now. Back there, for some reason it's warmer back there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there you go. So yeah, it's comfortable. I mean, it's not cold. Wouldn't want to lay on the floor too awful long yet till the concrete warms up, but like I say, there's no insulation at all. The attic's not even insulated, it's just drywall. So this little thermometer up here, there's a fan up here blowing straight down on it, so it's probably a little longer than what it says, but a little under 150 there. But I mean, it's putting off heat. I can't hold my hand next to it, so I mean, I can get it close, but right about, yeah, can't hold it there very long. So that's all the more heat output I really need. The specs on this pump, like I said, I'll try to put a link in the description. Hopefully you can see this. I wrote it down here. This pump is good for 0 to 88 milliliters a minute, and I think that is probably about adequate, at least for the burner I've built, because this is the speed dial. You can see the little hatch mark there. It's just a little over halfway up, so that gives me a good range for less and more. I didn't want anything I had to run at full bore. Wouldn't really so much matter if it was running slow, I guess, but it'd probably last longer the slower it runs. But yeah, I think this is going to work out just fine for me. I had no idea where to start, but I figured I'd start with low flow rather than high flow. So seems like it's going to work. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, super big thanks to the guy that mentioned these pumps. I think it's going to work fantastic in the long run. So if you like the video, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all the above. Till next time.